Welcome to Spmerset Weekly Wrap-Up for the week of April 29th to May 5th. Spmerset has a new police chief. Sergeant Todd Costa was appointed to the interim police chief's job at the Spmerset Police Department at Wednesday's Selectmen's meeting. He replaces Chief George McNeil, who was informed by the Selectmen that they would not be renewing his contract. Chief McNeil has resigned effective yesterday. Selectman Alan Smith said he thinks Chief Costa will do a good job and has a lot of integrity and respect. Selectman Chair Lorne Lawless said the police chief's job will be posted. He was questioned about whether the selectmen will hire a company to do an independent assessment of police chief candidates. Lawless said that decision has not been made yet. He said he prefers to hire a chief from within the Spmerset Police Department. Spmerset Health Agent Timothy Turner said he is hoping there will not be as much of a rat problem in Spmerset this year as there was last summer, when he said restaurants being closed and a drought drove the rats into neighborhoods looking for food and shelter. He said he had upwards of 25 locations where there were complaints of rats that he inspected last year. He said that was the most complaints about rats in town that he has ever had. Turner said bird feeders, dog food, and animal waste attract rats. He said rats may seek shelter under junk, wooden structures, and high grass in yards. Turner said he can only do something about rats on a property if it is being caused by another property, such as a restaurant or a neighbor not keeping up a property. Otherwise, he said private property owners have to find their own solutions for getting rats off their property, such as hiring an exterminator. Turner said other towns had similar problems with rats last year, but with restaurants back open, and if there is not another drought this year, he hopes there will not be another rat problem in Spmerset. A windstorm blew over the council oak tree next to St. Thomas More Church last Friday. The tree, which tree warden Timothy Turner estimated was 400 years old, used to be a meeting place for Wampanoag Native Americans. Before the tree was cut up and taken away, Spmerset resident Roger Desroches, the firekeeper for the affiliated tribes of New England, held a smudging ceremony to bless the tree. He said the wood from the tree would be used at powwows and sacred ceremonies. Reverend David Costa, the pastor of St. Thomas More Church, also plans to make a cross out of some of the wood to put in the lobby of the church. The tree did damage to 5 stained glass window panes in the church when it fell. Turner said another oak tree will be planted in the same location. At Tuesday's Spmerset Berkeley Regional School Committee meeting, the failure rate of students taking classes fully remotely was discussed. In Term 1, 8% of the 272 students taking classes only remotely failed, and that average grew to 13% in Term 2 and 17% in Term 3. Teacher Chris Silva said the data shows that in-person classes are more beneficial to students. SBRHS Principal Susan Brailsford said there have been some students who have done better with remote classes than they did with in-person classes. She praised the high school teachers for everything they have done to educate students during a difficult time in the COVID-19 pandemic. Tours of Spmerset Middle School will be offered to the public this Saturday, May 8th, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. in advance of the annual town meeting on May 17th, when voters will make a decision on whether to approve a proposal to build a new middle school. Residents will be able to see firsthand some of the issues with the building that have been talked about over the last 2 years, as a building committee has developed a plan for a new school. A state police helicopter landed on the field at North Elementary School on Monday, not to respond to an emergency, but to educate the students there about the state police unit. Spmerset resident Joshua Pacheco is one of the troopers that flies on the helicopter. His daughter Nora is a preschool student at North Elementary School. Members of the Spmerset Police and Fire Departments were also there to show the students their vehicles during what was a community partnership event for the school. Captain Rennie Tebow retired this week after almost 32 years on the Spmerset Fire Department. Tebow said the most memorable call during his career was the house explosion on New York Avenue. Tebow said he plans to play more golf and ride his motorcycle more during his retirement. A retirement luncheon was held for Tebow at the fire department on Monday with current and retired firefighters in attendance. Fire Chief Jamison Barrows said Tebow always went above and beyond in his duties at the fire department. Longtime Cub Scout leader Phyllis Fitzgerald was honored by Cub Scout Pack 7 of Spmerset on Sunday for over 20 years of service to scouting as a volunteer. Fitzgerald said she enjoyed shaping the youth of the pack and was proud of their achievements. Two of her scouts, Daniel Gamache and Michael De Moranville, became Eagle Scouts. Fitzgerald had 2 sons and a grandson who were in the Cub Scout pack while she was a volunteer. She continued to help out the pack even after they were gone. The pack's cake making contest is named after Fitzgerald. A plaque that was made by assistant Cub Master Michael Medeiros was presented to Fitzgerald at the awards ceremony. Somerset's Bella Manchester is playing the lead of Sandy in Case High School's production of the musical Grease this weekend. Manchester is a junior at Case, where she has played leads in a number of the Case Theatre Company shows since she was a freshman. For Manchester, who has also performed in a number of community shows, it is her first time performing in Grease. Thank you for tuning in this week to Somerset Weekly Wrap-Up. We will see you next week with the Somerset News of the Week.